Hello, this is MadSpartus again, from both the Battleforge forums and in-game. I'm bringing to you now my third audio commentary. It's a match of myself versus ArchMonk. So I'm in the east playing Shadow, and ArchMonk is in the west and will be playing Frost, hasn't chosen a unit yet. This is on a 1 versus 1 map, Samai. This map I find a little bit irritating because it is covered in walls. And I'm sure a lot of players who, when they were starting out, have learned that if you don't control the walls around your bases, you are in for a world of hurt. There are a lot of wells and orbs in this map that are within range of walls for archers to attack. And then the center is surrounded by 4 different walls, which makes it easier to assault if you own the walls. And I wouldn't really say it makes it easier to defend if you own them, because you have to buy all 4 then, and that is a substantial power investment to try and control the middle. It's also got a ledge that overlooks the middle, so I find a lot of players rush the center on this map, but I'm a little bit more reserved about it. I like to play it a little more cautious, stick to my side, because the middle is pretty easy to assault on this map, even with a standard archer. But let me get this replay started now.
Hey, alright.
You pull out a swift unit on this map, but you end up waiting in order to pull out this well. You don't have enough power to actually pull it out right away. So Frost isn't quite as big a disadvantage, basically, since nobody's rushing the middle, and you have to wait for that well anyway. So they've pulled out a light blade. It really hurts that Frost doesn't have a swift unit, but on this one it's not quite so devastating. The Dread Charger's running towards the center now, but I don't believe it's going to try and control it there. It's actually going to try and harass. Shadow's got a bit of a problem with frost rushes, and a well done frost rush is just devastating. So both players have taken a well, so there's no power advantage here. And this Dread Charger's going to try and rush into the base and harass a little bit. It's not stopping to attack that orb though. It's going to run for that wall. If it can get that wall, it's huge for them, but some archers come out just in time and pull out the wall. So the Dread Charger decides to retreat. Basically, they've just tried to make the Frost player commit more energy to units. Unfortunately, that Dread Charger is not going to be able to escape. Basically, the use of the Light Blade's ability, the player's lost control of their unit, so that Dread Charger is as good as dead. So Frost has committed more units, but the Shadow, the East player, has now lost control of their only ground unit, so they now have to pull out a second one anyways. So not much of an advantage developed there by anyone. Frost is going tier 2 already, very fast. They decided not to push any attack, so they're going 2 Frost, pure Frost player. And the East is going to have to match that, and they're going Nature, I can tell you that. Frost players coming towards the center. Forsaken are able to grab that wall just in time. They decide to cancel their attack to take out the ice barrier, and instead go for the well. They chose a well that's far enough away that those archers can't reach it, thankfully, but still owning that wall will make it a little bit easier to assault the middle there. Looks like Frost is going to use their units instead of for defense. May as well have the power that's committed do something, so they're going to attack this home base of the East player. And the archers are just walking around. They were going to try and attack that well from the north, which they can do, but a Frost Mage is just going to destroy them. That small knockback. Nightcrawler comes out. It doesn't frenzy. It goes after the Light Blade. It's got a damage bonus against it, and neither of these units does medium damage, so the Nightcrawler, a good choice. Might actually be able to pull it off without the frenzy. Those Forsaken frenzied, but they barely even didn't even do half damage to that Frost Mage. Yeah, the Nightcrawler survived with 30 to life and didn't frenzy, so it's still in play. It's gonna have to heal up though. So the West now has 3 power wells and the East only has 2, so they're gonna be at a slight power disadvantage unless they make up for that. So they pull out a deep one for an offense, and the Nightcrawler, I think he's planning on grabbing a power well when he has the opportunity. Light Blade's a good choice. Does good damage versus Deep One and is able to control it. So a Life Weaving comes into play there, and a shield on the Light Blade. Life Weaving is a very, very efficient spell to use on a unit. If you're only attacking with one unit, it has a lot of life like Deep One. In fact, I would say it is the optimal unit to use Life Weaving on. The Life Weaving ran out there though, so it didn't even able to take out one unit because of the shielding. But still, not an inefficient use of 70 power. Keeps the Deep One alive. And both players now have 3 wells, so they're at a well equality now. It looks like the Frost player wants to try and grab an extra one. The Light Blades were about to try and taunt the Deep One again, but the use of an Oink is able to prevent that. And a Cobalt Trick saves that power well. Obviously, Frost players are able to keep their buildings alive much longer than anyone else. Another Life Weaving happens on the Deep One. To be honest, I think the Frost player should be using Cold Snap on this Deep One every time it gets buffed. They're not able to remove the buff, and Deep One's such an efficient way to keeping a unit alive and attacking, and you end up hurting yourself. So yeah, now that the Nightcrawler comes into play, they decided to crowd control. But I mean, it costs 5 more power to Cold Snap than to Life Weaving, but they have the identical duration, and you know, if you have ranged units, you can still attack the unit with Life Weaving without damaging yourself. This is a good choice. The War Eagle is going to do substantial damage, but an Oink is able to crowd control it, and that well gets saved just in the nick of time again by Cold Snap, or by Cobalt Trick. Yeah. There comes a Glacier Shell. I think the shield should have been used a little bit earlier. The Cobalt Trick's not quite as efficient at saving a building, unless it's about to die, like really about to die. The Life Weaving is killing these Light Blades despite not even getting attacked, so they're losing a lot of life. Another crowd control on the units, and another Cobalt Trick. However, I can tell you, as soon as that thing is under 1200 life, a heal and a nasty surprise takes out the entire base, as well as the units, so it was power efficient, even from a unit killing point of view, but obviously taking out the well is huge there, so they replaced the well over here, so both players are still at 4 wells, but 100 power lost there to lost power supply. This Nightcrawler grabs a wall here. I don't believe they plan to use that orb, they just plan to make sure that no one else can. That Nightcrawler is obviously going to go down, but another Deep One comes out. Hoping to take out another monument. It gets buffed. No, it wasn't buffed, sorry. It gets, now it's buffed, and it was controlled by the Light Blade. Like I said, I think it would probably be a good choice to pull the Light Blade off of it, Cold Snap it, and just let the War Eagle attack it slowly, and let the Light Weaving run out. But using the Light Blades to pull the Deep One off of the orb is definitely important, but I mean, with the use of Oink, it's, you're going to lose some to crowd control. 2 War Eagles now, so that's pretty substantial damage output, but the Deep One gets double buffed from Holy Power and Life Weaving, so now it gets crowd control. Doing pretty substantial damage with the Unholy Power, so got to make sure it's not attacking that orb.